Gakonga, your coach and the pioneer of Vision Total Football Kenya. Today, my message is straight and direct. I want to say to Kenyan Premier League leadership, you need to face FKF now. You need to enter into the boxing ring bare knuckles. Ambrose, Rachier, Jack Ogunda, please enter in the boxing ring bare knuckle. It is now or never. FKF has been joking around with you. FKF has been fooling Kenyan Premier League. FKF has been messing around with the Kenyan Premier League like Kenyan Premier League has no leadership. FKF has crossed the border. FKF has overstepped the mandate. FKF is joking with the 18 Kenyan Premier League based on little money and based on elections interest, and this takeover of Kenyan Premier League is going to be used in the FKF election politicking, and it is wrong. But Kenyan Premier League leadership must now come out and say enough is enough. They already have a court in case because of the cancellation of the league without consultation. Now here we are. A new deal has been entered between FKF and BetKing, without involving Kenyan Premier League clubs and without involving Kenyan Premier League leadership. Ask Ambrose Rachier, ask Jack Ogunda. They knew nothing about the deal, but the deal was signed long even before the Kenyan Premier League contract has ended. Now, FKF and BetKing, who approached who? Did FKF approach BetKing or did BetKing approach FKF? Whoever approached the other is a matter of another day. But if FKF approached BetKing, why did it not tell BetKing that the Kenyan Premier League is run by an independent body right now? So if we are going to sign the deal on the table, we must include the Premier League clubs and the Premier League leadership. If BetKing approached FKF, FKF should have given the same information to BetKing, and BetKing should have said, because right now KPL runs itself, it is important that we have KPL leadership at least on the table. Why did that not happen? This tells me something, that there is something that is cooking under the table. There is something that Kenyans are being told. It is not possible to negotiate a deal on behalf of another entity that is live and kicking, and you do not involve that entity. Now, Kenyan Premier League must say this, must tell FKF, must tell BetKing, and must state this in Kenyan court or at Judge Ohaga's table, wherever they need to do this, that we are going to run ourselves, we are going to remain independent, and the sponsorship deal, if it's a true deal, it is going to stay. We cannot be given condition that this deal will only go through if we as KPL, we are under FKF. If it comes to that, let the BetKing go, because we smell something that is not right. If BetKing, is being honest, it should stay even when KPL runs itself. In fact, that is what should have been. Now, this issue of FKF versus KPL, interference and colonization, must end. KPL must say that even when the contract runs out in September, we shall continue to run ourselves, because that is what should happen. In fact, we are not going to renew the contract with you as FKF. What we are going to have is a memorandum of understanding explaining how we shall run the league. That's all. Memorandum of understanding. It should not be about contracts. So KPL is being played around like a small baby by FKF. FKF is using the deal to bribe the clubs so they can vote. That is 18 votes in the bag, baby. That is what FKF is counting. Now, the idea of bringing, because FKF negotiated the deal for the Super League, that's another 18 vote in the bag. Because FKF is talking about Division 1 and negotiated something for the Division 1, that's another, I think, 5 votes in the bag. And the same with the Women Premier League. That's another 5 votes in the bag. Think about that. That's over 30 votes already. So what is happening? Team Blue is already winning even before an election is done. Unless Kenyans, you wake up to this reality that I'm talking about, we are going to be fooled. We are going to be pulled by our nose to FKF bedroom. And our Kenyan football will continue to die. Let me say it again. FKF is joking with Kenyan football. FKF already has enough on its hand. So many things that FKF cannot solve. From not having football in Samburu, in Tana River, in Lamu, and many other places. Only having 4 clubs in Nyeri that vote for FKF. Only having 6 clubs in Muranga that vote for FKF. Muranga and Nyeri, 1.5 million people, and you only have 7 clubs voting for FKF. If you do not believe things are messy in Kenya, things in matters Kenyan football are so bad. Kenyan football system is rotten. I will say this until every Kenyan understands what I'm talking about. But football revolution is real. Football revolution is going to happen. Things are going to be messy. Yeah? Things are going to be hot. And there is no any other path except that of a football revolution. We understand as Vision Toto Kenya Group, we understand what we are talking about. We have studied Kenyan football enough. We have documented the problems enough. We have documented the solutions enough. We know when we talk about a revolution, we know why we are going that path. We know why we are not talking about elections. We know why we are not talking about normalization committees. We know without a revolution, we shall remain, in the desert for the next 50 years. But with a revolution, within 2 years, Kenyans are going to start seeing what is called football and what type of football Kenya deserves. My fellow Kenyans, today my thoughts are for Kenyan Premier League. Kenyan Premier League, you need to stand up. So many little clubs in Kenya are watching the leadership of Kenyan Premier League. So many clubs are hoping that Kenyan Premier League can stand and be counted. Because the way things are going is not the right way. And if Kenyan Premier League cannot fight for itself, God help the little clubs in Kajiado, Marsabit, Bungoma, Lamu. Therefore, once again, Ambrose Rachier, Jack Ogunda, enter into the boxing ring with FKF President Bare Knuckles. I live in peace, I'm gone.